Living in Whistler's pretty special. For biking, it's definitely one of the best places in the world just because of how much trail we have and how easy it is to access. We have the bike park, which is honestly 5 minutes from my house, and I can just ride there and ride for a day and then come home and do the same the next day and the next day and the next day. And you can never really lose interest because there's so much to do and there's so many good facilities that we're able to use, and growing up with that has definitely been a huge factor in my riding. My family moved to Whistler when I was 9 years old. Without it, I don't think I would be able to go as fast as I could today, because when you start as a kid and you have such a high quality place to ride, you can't develop your skills if it's not as good. Since there's so many different trails, there's so many different types of riding here, and there's jumps like A-line and jumps like crabapple, but then we have trails that are insanely steep. It's just good to have such a big variety of trails, because if you don't have a variety, if you only know how to ride one thing, then you're not going to be able to perform on tracks that have different kind of flows to them. And I think that the variety of trails is something that is good for everyone's skills, and it makes you a better rider. Crankworx is a week-long festival of events of all sorts of disciplines of mountain biking. It's definitely the biggest event that Whistler has all year. Pretty much all of Whistler is booked out for a week and a half or 2 weeks, and it's just people coming out to see mountain biking and enjoy Whistler as a town.
Yeah, Whip-Off's definitely sort of one of the bigger events of Crankworx, because it's just fun to come out and just throw some big whips with your friends and have fun.
When you're walking up the hill, you can talk to all the spectators and they can take photos and stuff, and I think that's why a lot of people have so much fun there. It's pretty good this year. Winning it for the second time was really good, because I felt like maybe I'll become second or third, or I'd be in the top 3, and I ended up winning the contest. I don't know, it's definitely one of my favorite events. This year was pretty cool as well because the crowd was so big. The entire side of Crabapple was completely filled from top to bottom, so I don't know how many people were there, but it was definitely the biggest crowd I've ever seen at that event. Yeah, so the last race of the season is World Championships. It's probably the most important single race of the year, and I'm a little bit nervous because you get one shot, you know? You go and you just put down the best run you possibly can and hope that it holds up, and I think that I have a good shot at winning it, which will be pretty exciting if I'm able to do it.
We're in Val di Sol in Italy, and I'm a little bit scared. The track looks really sick, but it looks like it's just gonna be full on from very top to very bottom. Yesterday was the first day of training in Val di Sol for World Champs, and I started off the morning with a brand new bike. Pretty amazing to have that. I don't know, I was so excited to ride it, and I felt so good in the morning and felt like I was on it, and I felt like I was figuring the track out pretty quick and getting up to speed, and on my 4th run I just pushed a little bit too much, and I went from on my bike to on the ground so fast I couldn't even get I was still holding on pretty much, but when I crashed, and I couldn't even get my hands out, and I was just on my face and my neck and my back were in a lot of pain. I was like, oh God. And they put me on a backboard and took me to the hospital, and had x-rays on my neck and my back and my ribs, and nothing was broken. So they have a neck brace on me just so I don't like over move it or anything for today. And I don't know, I was a little bit upset, but how I'm feeling today is really good, and I think that it's still a possibility to race, so it's good news. When I woke up, I felt okay and just like pretty good. I just tried to do a run and felt pretty good in some sections. Like I felt like I was able to carry my speed and like just go over some of the bumps, and I wasn't feeling any pain. And then some sections I'd go through and I'd be like, what is going on? And I'd have to pull over and stop because it was just so painful. So see how I feel tomorrow morning. Race day, so sort of all comes down to this, and pretty sore right now, just trying to ride through it. It's hard to have a good run without mistakes, so coming into race run, I think it'll be important to try to not crash and just be on it.
10 minutes before race run at World Championships, I won't really talk to anybody. I'm thinking to myself, and I'm not really looking at any of the other riders. I'm just focusing on my own warm-up and nothing's really stressing me out because I know that I'm able to win.
My second practice run, I nailed everything that I wanted to, and I was just confident coming into it. Just trying to do what I normally do on race day, and I did exactly what I wanted to do today and just put it together, and I'm just happy with how I rode and exactly what I wanted to do, and just pushed harder than yesterday and just kept it clean, and yeah, insane. From Thursday in the hospital on a backboard to now first place in Worlds is insane. Just had to execute today and not ride outside of myself and just ride well, and I was able to do that from top to bottom, and I'm just absolutely stoked with how it went. It's just an amazing feeling, and I don't know, I can't thank